My name is G.F. Watkins, and I'm a senior pastor at Powerhouse Church in Katy, Texas, which is in the Houston area on the west side. My wife and I founded that church 18 years ago from zero, and we've raised the church up to 2,500, 3,000 members, and we've built a ranch, Jordan Ranch Retreat Center, which is a group retreat center for all kinds of Christian exercises, men, women's, marriage, and it's one of the finest in the state of Texas. Jack King called me one day and told me that he had met Pastor Watkins and began to introduce him to the Ed Cole curriculum. And he just said he really took to it, and he had a real propensity to men's ministry. So he really liked him, and he said, "You two have got to meet." So he introduced us at Larry Stockstill's church. Dr. Edwin Lewis Cole was my personal mentor for 6 years. I traveled with him, and he poured into my life. And then, of course, he's been passed away now for 11 years. So when Joaquin began to read the materials, he wanted to meet people that knew Dr. Cole. And so we came to know each other several years ago. I've known Joaquin since way before What is a Man? And so I've watched his life develop, and I've watched him be exposed to Pastor Guillermo down in Peru and all of the men that are really focused in on the family and the man. And so I've seen his life work in that capacity with the other books that Joaquin's written. What is a Man, I think, has come out of his experiences, and it's come out of his life, and it's also come out of great teachers, some of the men that he surrounds himself with, Dr. Cole, Jack King, and all the men that he has known. So I think that this book is designed by God through Joaquin to be simplistic in nature, because men are that way, and it's easy to understand, and I think it's going to really take off. The feedback that we've received is good, not just from the men in our church, but from the other ministries that I've hopefully been able to expose Pastor Joaquin to at Intense and different things like that. So a lot of those men took the book and have read it and really enjoy it. It speaks to their men. It's a practical application where you can measure whether or not it's working or not. And so there are several items in the book that I think make it practical. And I think that's why he's excited and we're excited for him. As I spoke to Joaquin about this the other day, there are a lot of preachers and books about men, but most of those authors don't disciple. They write good books, and they are great books, and they are great preachers. But the difference in the books, I think, that he writes and I write and that we read have to do with discipleship or making sons. And that's an intimate process. And I think if we're going to change the world, and he calls everything world changers, we're going to have to do one-on-one. And a lot of the stuff that's out there right now doesn't take that into account as What is a Man seems to.